Hi, welcome back to a Minecraft map called Which Doesn't Belong. It's of course a Which Doesn't Belong Minecraft map. Let's get straight into it. Let's start the game. Alright, first stage here. It's pretty obviously this guy, he's not Deep Slate. Let's continue. Alright, we have a whole ton of redstone stuff. This is the only one you can put stuff into. What they all have in common. This makes noise when you dispense the stuff. This makes piston noises. This makes jukebox noises. No noise? Yeah, sure thing. Alright, this one's pretty obvious as well. This is a yellow concrete, yellow glazed terracotta, yellow wool. This is a hay bale. Okay, we have a whole ton of blocks here. Looking at this one, this is the only one that spawns naturally in the nether. The rest all spawn naturally in the overworld. It's not the reason, but we got it right anyways because it needs a crafting table, of course. All right, this one I have been looking at for a while here, and we do have a hint button, but I'm going to try and save those here. I'm looking at all of these, and this is kind of a good representation of the overworld, of the nether, and of the end. The dark prismarine just doesn't represent anything. All right, well, that was wrong. We have our first fail over here. I'm going to hopefully get those under 10 in today's map. All right, I'm very stuck on this one already. I'm going to hint. Sound. Oh, is it because these guys all make the same sound, and then this one doesn't? I didn't know prismarine made the same sound as stone and endstone, but I guess nether bricks didn't, and that's all I knew, so it had to be nether bricks there. All right, these are all nether blocks. Is it because soul sand's not a full block? Oh, it was. Perfect. Okay, very confused here. Now, I feel like the map creator might do a version thing here, and all of these were added, I don't know if the same time, but I do know calcite was not added at the same time as these. They might not be added, but this is honestly all I have. Calcite was added lately. All right, it was not that. It was not that at all. It's something to do with Enderman pickups, which I never would have got. All right, looking at all these, we have red sandstone, diorite, packed ice, and prismarine. I have no idea. I think I'm gonna have to hint this. And this is the version question. I don't know, dude. If in doubt, go with C. Sure, the packed ice wasn't added in 1.18. 1.18, those guys were not added in 1.18. Probably 1.8. Map creator typo, maybe? All right, this one I know. This is a good old structure block. This can be found in desert temples, inside of the desert villages, and then, of course, in the nether, and it just spawns inside of the ruined portals as well. So I'm gonna go with the lapis, not structurally found. This is probably a light level thing, and I could probably F3 this. Light is 11. Light is lower here. 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11. All right, this is the only one that doesn't give me 11, so I'm assuming it's that. All right, yeah, it's 15, I assume, is the actual block, but I couldn't get close enough. But yeah, it was the fact that the blast furnace has a lower light level. Okay, all of this is villager related, I can tell, because you get glass from them, same with glowstone and bookshelves, but you don't actually get emerald ore at all from villagers. You just trade with emeralds themselves. And of course, that was right. All right, this one feels obvious, dude. It has to be. Has to be this. Has to be. Come on, dude. Lee's is the only thing that red, dude. I just feel like it's too obvious. I'd be stupid not to choose it. Okay, we way overthought that. And map creator even pointed out, did you overthink that? I definitely did. I thought it was way too obvious to be that late. All right, I'm looking at these four, and I feel like it's something to do with the fact you can't get this in survival, but then, like, why would they choose the other three to represent blocks you can get in survival? That's what makes me automatically not choose this right away. All right, I gotta do this, though. My brain can't think of anything else. Oh, that one was wrong. All right, we're on to 2 fails now. Ooh, I don't like that. See, this could be it because it's the only one with the GUI menu, but it could also be obsidian because you can't blow it up. But I guess you can't blow that up either. And you can't blow up an anvil. Is that what it is? Blow stuff up. Explosive and blue ice can be blowed? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Completely by accident, I stumbled upon that. All right, we have 2 redstone items here with the trapped chest. This is indeed a trapped chest, not just a normal one. And then a target block and tinted glass and an amethyst as well. Well, I do notice that target block, tinted glass, and trapped chest all start with T and amethyst doesn't. Is it that obvious? It was that obvious. Nice. Okay, this scares me. There's a lot of blocks here. All right, I think I actually know this by looking at all these. It came up in a past map. All of these can be made into every single type of stone variant of like stairs, slabs, walls, all that. The only one that's different is prismarine. You can't get walls out of prismarine. Oh my gosh, we got it right. I love the fact that my past map knowledge is coming into play. All right, looking at these, we have a panda, llama, pig, and a dolphin. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you actually know I've collected a couple of brown pandas in my survival let's plays, and I actually know that the panda cannot be leaded. The other 3 can be leaded, and we're right. What's going on here? The door is on the other side for some reason. Okay. All right, I think I know this one. I think it's Bane of Arthropods. This has come up in previous maps as well. If you get Bane of Arthropods in your sword, it helps kill silverfish, especially with these 2 as well. So that leaves the bat out. All right, it's completely the wrong thing, but we got it right again. Seems to be a theme that happens a lot. It's apparently to do with experience. All of them drop experience except for the bat. All right, I think I know this one. It's because the blaze shoots fireballs, the stray shoots arrows, and the witch throws potions, which is still a projectile. The creeper can't do any of that projectile stuff. All right, is this just tame stuff? You can't tame an ocelot? That was pretty simple. We'll move it on. All right, this might be angry stuff. All of these guys are calm unless you attack them, I think. Well, no, only these 2 would do that. These guys are aggro all the time. I don't know, actually. The fact they use a small slime confuses me. Why not a big one? A big slime separates into the smaller one, so maybe it's just slimes in general. All right, I'm gonna have to hint this, dude. I don't want to get another fail. Craft. You can craft the iron golem? What does craft mean? Oh, probably craft the drops. Oh, I thought it meant like craft an iron golem, like you build up an iron golem. Oh, okay, I get it. You can craft the drops that the witch gives, like the sticks and redstone and stuff like that. Slime obviously gives you slime. Iron golem gives you iron. Polar bears don't give you anything. All right, that was a bit of a weird hint to give. Ooh, I like this one. This is, of course, a zombie horse, zombie piglin, zombie villager, and this is just drowned. He's not a zombie. There we go. Okay, this one's a bit interesting as well. All right, they did this, of course, with the blocks, but I think it's now coming back. It's versions, but with mobs. These guys were all released in the same version except for the frog. Okay, we got it right once again for the wrong reason. Something to do with drops. Apparently, they all drop 2 items except the frog. All right, these are all aquatic mobs that have to be underwater except for the turtle. He can actually be on land. We kind of got it right for the right reason. The turtle spawns on a beach, which is, of course, out of water, so I guess I'm sort of right. All right, this one I'm a bit confused on. Part of me wants to go blaze because, you know, it's in the nether. Part of me wants to go cow because it's not hostile. Nothing makes me want to go with slime or the skeleton. Torn between the cow and the blaze right now, so I'm going to hint it and see if I can figure it out from the hint. Variants. Okay, so maybe they're talking like slime have magma cubes, skeletons have the strays, cows have mushrooms, and then the blaze has the breeze, though, so I'm still kind of stuck. Oh, I think I figured it out, though. Okay, so this map is a 1.20 map, and the breeze was only put into 1.21. So by the time the map creator made this, the breeze wasn't in the game, so it has to be the blaze. All right, yeah, I was right. Just had to use some past knowledge there. We have a donkey, a skeleton, horse, and a horse, and I honestly don't even know what mob this is. What mob is this? This is not a... Is this just a different type of donkey? Oh, I know what this is. It's a mule. Dude, I forgot mules were even in the game. There's not even a spawn egg for them. Is that what it is? There's no spawn egg for a mule? All mobs can be found naturally except the mule. Wait a second. I'm going to creative to check this. Is there a mule spawn egg? There is. Dude, I didn't even know that. Okay, we're going back to adventure. Again, we got it right, but kind of for the wrong reason. All right, I think I know this one just by looking at it. All of these guys can be sheared except for the rabbit. Nice. I love when I finally just stumble upon something, I know it instantly. Like this one, I think I know as well. If you strike the villager with lightning, he'll turn into a witch. If you strike the pig with lightning, he'll turn into a piglin. And if you strike a turtle with lightning, you'll actually get a bull, which is some of the special effect. Nothing happens if you strike a pillager with lightning. Oh yeah, and look at that, I was even right with the drops a bowl thing. I only know that because I did a YouTube short on that a while ago. Okay, this one I think is also pretty obvious. All of these guys can fly except for the fox. All right, we got a skeleton horse, a spider, a chicken, and a ravager. I honestly can't tell you what's in common about these at all. Okay, some thinking has gone by, and I think I know what it is. I think it's something to do with the riders. So obviously there's a skeleton that rides this, a skeleton rides this, the obviously chicken jockey rides this, so it's a zombie. And of course we have a pillager or an evoker on the back of the ravager. However, that being said, I don't really know what's different about these. All these guys spawn with stuff on their backs. I guess the only thing here is that the skeleton horse always spawns with something on its back, where these guys have a chance of spawning with nothing. Okay, that was wrong. Now I'm really confused. All right, I don't want to get any more wrong, so I'm going to hint this. Rider. Well, I knew that. It had to be... Dude, what are these hints? All right, if in doubt, go with C. Oh, we're grinding up fails here. All right, it's a 50-50 here. I'm thinking maybe the Ravager. Only the Ravager has a rider that is alive instead of undead. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the skeleton and zombies are undead. Oh, that's a hard one though. You can't really fault me. All right, we're once again stuck with like 20 different mobs here, and I honestly don't know what's going on. A lot of stuff that's old stuff, a lot of stuff that's new. I doubt it's gonna be a version thing. They kind of already did that, and I doubt it would do it with like the whole 20 mob thing. These puffer fish, silver fish, that's a fish. A couple insects, spiders and bees, of course. Like there's not really a common theme here. All right, we have a pig, panda, and fox as well. There's nothing to comment about those except the fact that they're like zoo creatures. Well, I guess zoo creatures in real life. Most of these things are in real life. The only thing that's not in real life is a silverfish and a mushroom. I'm more likely to choose the mushroom though. Oh my god, that was right too. All animals exist in real life except the mushroom. That might be my wildest ever which doesn't belong guess ever. I think you deserve a like on this video just for that alone. Okay, we have a whole ton of different flowers here. I think the one that's different here is the rose bush. It's a 2-high flower. You can bone meal it to get itself. It can't go in a flower pot. It's different for multiple reasons. Nice. All right, we have a whole ton of mobs here. Something tells me it's stuff that can be found in the water. Tropical fish, of course, and these guys have to be found in Guardians. Ooh, that was wrong. Okay, I didn't like the noise that one made. I don't know why it felt louder. It definitely wasn't louder, but it still felt louder. All right, I know this is not how you're supposed to play the maps, but this is what happens when I get one that's wrong. I just look at the other three. So what's out of these three? There's a very obvious choice here. The fish is not Prismarine. Of course, this isn't Prismarine either, but somehow these three are related, and more likely these two are related together, and this one's not. Tropical fish is a version thing, of course. Some of these are mob drops, but not all of them. All right, I'm gonna go with a hint button on this because I'm very stuck. Love. I don't really know what love means. I guess that's a question a lot of people are trying to figure out what love means. I think it's something to do with breeding more realistically, and it's probably the bone because I don't think you can breed anything with a bone. All right, we have amethyst cluster itself, fire coral, turtle eggs, lily pad. Very weird selection here. Maybe it's like you can't punch it with your hand. Like you can punch this with your hand and break it. I think you can do that with a turtle shell as well, but you don't get the turtle shell itself. I don't think you get this either with punching. I think you need silk touch. Is that what it is? Silk touch? You can silk touch all of these except the lily pad? I doubt that's right. Was it? Okay, there we go. That was kind of a guess. Okay, I think I know this one immediately just by looking at it. I always like to think of this one as item stuff, and that's the fact that the honey bottle does not stack up to 64. It only goes up to 16. All right, I think I know this one as well. This is the fact that the candle doesn't doesn't break when you punch it. Like when you place it down, you can punch all these and they break instantly. Basically, the candle, you actually have to hold down your left click button to break it. Okay, I was sort of right, but it's the block that's underneath it is broken. That's what's different. I don't even know if that's right with the candle thing. All right, we're testing this because I'm actually paranoid now if that's even right. All right, now let's go to survival so we can break it. See, I am right. You have to hold it down a little bit longer. Repeaters break instantly. Okay, I was right about that. All right, that's kind of crazy. I went into adventure mode just to prove my point, but I was right just for the wrong reasons, of course. Is this something to do with farmable? Like all these are farmable except for the flowering azalea? It was that. Okay, it wasn't really farming, but I guess you grow normally. I was thinking kind of bone meal as well. All right, I know this one solely based off of a previous map we played, and that's the fact that diamond horse armor, or any horse armor for that matter, cannot be smelted. The rest can. Okay, we have another thing. I think I know what this one is, and that's of course the item rarity. Each item has a rarity, so that's just like the color of text that it is. This is yellow, this I think is yellow, this is blue, and then this is yellow, so this of course is not blue. I didn't even say it right, but I meant to say that this was the one that does not fit the rest. This one's blue and not yellow, but seems like that was wrong either way. Maybe it's the fact the Heart of the Sea isn't really used to like PvP anyone. Obviously PvP, obviously End Crystal PvP and totems go hand in hand. No one really used tridents, but there is PvP use. Heart of the Seas are just useless in that. Okay, yeah, it is PvP. This one feels very, very odd. Lapis is the only thing that's not a dye here. Is it that obvious? It was that obvious. Nice. Okay, this one's odd as well. This is the only thing that's a food. This is the only thing you also cannot place down. I found multiple things for the pumpkin pie. It has to be pumpkin pie. Oh no. All right, I thought it was for sure pumpkin pie because you can obviously eat it. The rest you can't. You can't even place pumpkin pie. The rest you can. You can also craft pumpkin pie. The rest you can't. I just thought for sure it was pumpkin pie. So now I've got to figure out why the rest of the other ones are here. The only thing I can think of is like villager chests or like villager chest spawns. In that case, cobwebs don't spawn in villager chests, I don't think. My brain can't think of really anything else, so I think I'm gonna go with that. It's probably wrong. And there's a 10% chance for pumpkin pie. I don't know why I knew that, but in the back of my brain, I just remember pumpkin pie spawning in some sort of chest in a taiga. Okay, we have an oak boat. We have a mangrove propagule, a mangrove plant thing, a flint and steel, and then another brick. All right, I'm very confused because they all have like part of their name that's another item. Obviously, we have oak boat and then like oak items as well, mangrove stuff and mangrove stuff, flint and steel, and then a flint itself, and then nether bricks, and then other nether items. Obviously, flint and steel, it only regards to flint itself. Nether bricks kind of regard a much wider range as it's just nether things. Same with mangrove and oak though, that kind of reads a broader spectrum. Is it because flint and steel, the first half of his name only refers to flint itself as one item? I feel like I'm reaching for something here. I'm just gonna go with flint and steel. It's also a C, and you know me, if in doubt, go with C. Dude, I feel like it's weird the way I get these. My brain works in weird ways. I got it right and for the right reason. I don't know how I stumbled upon that. All right, this one I know just by looking at it, and that's the fact that the slime ball does not have blaze powder in its crafting recipe. Oh my goodness, we're a genius. We also have the tall grass, which of course cannot be bone mealed. It's a chest only spawn. If you want to get this in survival, you must find it in a villager chest. The rest you can set up farms for if you wanted to. Oh no, we're almost at 10 fails. I really don't want to get 10 fails. We're going to hint this just because I really do not want to get 10 fails. Underground. Ooh, is it something to do with cave spawns? If that's the case, I don't think ferns spawn underground. Now we have a ton of items. Sugarcane, netherwort. We have some more lily pads, redstone itself, and elytras. That can't be crafted. Neither can apples. Oh, I thought it was crafting stuff. I was so happy to go with the elytra. Again, I mentioned this earlier about the text color ID. Elytras are the only thing here that is not white text. It's purple text. And that makes me want to pick the elytra. I can't think of anything else. They're in the end. They're the only thing here that you have to go to the end for. Oh, dude, we're 10 fails. Is it the netherwort for nether items? It's the only item here that you don't go to either the nether or the overworld to get. You have to go to the end to get it. With netherwort, you have to go to the nether to get it. The rest are either the overworld and the end, which kind of is the flip-flop of the nether end thing I was just thinking of. Netherwort for that reason. It was netherwort. Oh my god. Wait, what is this reasoning? All items got a retexture except for netherwort. How on earth are you supposed to know that? All right, there's the end of the maps. We ended with 10 fails exactly, so I kind of made up my promise of getting 10 fails. But if you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more.